Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. GTA 6 has been talked about so much on the internet. It's basically become a meme at this point where people say, we got this before GTA 6. So everyone is aware that GTA 6 is coming. It's in the pipeline. As I'm making this video, it's due to come out early next year, 2025. But I don't think it's going to save gaming. I don't think it's going to save this console generation. I still think that it'll be nice to have a new GTA, don't get me wrong, but there's a part of me that's just like, I don't care about it. I mean, I definitely want to play it, don't get me wrong. I want to play the new GTA. But there's also a part of me that's just like, one game for the whole generation, one defining game. And I know people will say Spider-Man or, Halo or whatever, but it just feels like, for this 9th generation of gaming that we're in right now, we should have a whole bunch more games than just waiting for one GTA game. And it's kind of problematic that we don't. And I know what people are saying. People are screaming at me in each video saying, no, but we get this and we get that, and this is an exclusive and that's an exclusive. But as I made in one of my previous videos, I think consoles are going the way of the dinosaurs. I think they are to go extinct. Now, what I didn't mention in that video was that by 2030, I think they're just going to be an app on the TV. You're not even going to have consoles. It's my belief that by 2030, or even, that's being generous, I think technology is moving fast enough that it might be 2030, but even by like 2035, 2040, I don't believe there will be home consoles. I believe it will just be an app. Xbox is certainly going that way. Nintendo might do their own thing. I think you'll probably still have a Nintendo console, but that's because Nintendo don't compete. They just do their own thing. But obviously they would know that. If they put Mario on a TV app for Nintendo, they would make a silly amount of profits. And Sony will do what Sony needs to do, but Sony is the industry leader in the console space at the moment. The problem is that so often the biggest complaint with the 9th generation of gaming is that, where are the games? And that's the thing. Imagine what I said in one of my previous videos, the one about consoles are dying, the extinction one. It wasn't so much saying, oh, we need consoles to just completely go away without something to replace it. No, what I was saying was that, why can't Sony and Xbox work together and do a console, one console, that you have everything on? Because then you won't have to wait 10 years for an exclusive in between each other. Or, sorry, it's not 10 years, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lengthy wait between one exclusive to like the next game that comes out. And I think you could have overlapping ones, like Game Pass release something, then Sony's equivalent to Game Pass release something, and then you have so on and so forth, and you build on it. And that's why I said there should be one console. Now, the biggest complaint I got was that, oh, but that's anti-consumer, and we want competition in the space. I agree, we want competition in the space. But at the moment, there is, and don't get me wrong, I'm from Australia where there is a lot of non-competition in many spaces. One of the biggest ones in Australia is the supermarket space, where we have 2 major supermarkets. And yeah, with all due respect to Audi is there as well, and IGA and so on. But the 2 big ones are Coles and Woolworths. And they control basically, I don't know the exact percentage, but they control a huge amount of the market share. And that is problematic. And Sony and Xbox are doing the same thing in the gaming space, but they are competition to each other. And yes, if they got together and made a console together, then it would be like any competitive to anyone else looking to enter that space. But you have Steam Deck entering that space now. You have Nintendo over there in the corner doing their stuff, And with 2 major consoles that are basically the same amount of power at these days, you could easily say, okay, we're going to merge together our resources, and we're going to put out as many good games as we can to sell this one console. We take 50-50 market share each, and we'll sell a stupid amount of these. We'll sell more than the PS2. This is what I'm talking about. Like, they could do that. And if they don't want to do that, then put your full resources behind creating games for the console. And this is another complaint I always hear. Oh, well, we're just waiting until PS5 Pro. We're just waiting till we get to the PS5 Pro. It's coming out this year, 2024, holiday 2024, we're getting the PS5 Pro. Yes, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I know the PS5 is imminent. I know it's coming. They've got dev kids out there in the world, and creators are, well, not creators, what are they called? Developers are building to that. But we got a console right now, the PS5, that hasn't even fully reached its potential, and they're already talking about it Pro. And then by the time we get the Pro, they'll already be talking about PS6. It's the never-ending trend. And I believe it's problematic because we are at this point now with gaming that most gamers are just saying, I don't care. I really couldn't care less about modern gaming because they release half broken, or, you're going to buy Cyberpunk and it's going to ship unfinished. And people say Cyberpunk's fixed now. Well, sorry, they released a broken game initially, and so many people's impressions of Cyberpunk is from that initial release. So essentially, you've destroyed the market share they could have potentially had if they had just waited the extra year and put out a decent game. So many people are going back to retro gaming, and you can see it. And I know this is going to get a lot of flack. I know people are going to come at me over this. People are going back to older generations, and people are saying, no, but people are picking up the new consoles. People are buying. Look at the collector's market for PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, Xbox, original Xbox games. Nintendo's always been collectors, so Nintendo hold their value no matter what. But look at the older games, even Sega. Look at people going back to the older generations of games, even PS3. PS3 is starting to go up in value now. It's because people are frustrated with the modern product of gaming, and the fact that they aren't backwards compatible on what the game companies keep saying, the most powerful consoles on earth. You're telling me that you can't. Okay, so Sony, Xbox are doing this though. So Xbox, I'm giving you a pass for now, but it should be full backwards compatibility. But Sony, you're telling me you can come up with a 67 teraflop, whatever they're claiming it is, 67 teraflop of power in the new PS4 Pro, what's being hinted at. You're telling me you can get your engineers to do that, but they can't get a PS1 emulator working on the PS5? PS1, what was released in 1994, 1995? They can't make a game from 1994 run on modern hardware? Don't tell me that. Like, you have engineers and you had a working emulator on the PSP back in 05. You had a working emulator. And you're telling me you cannot make it run. It just sounds like you don't want to make it run, to be honest. And yes, I know I'm ranting at this point, but I'm just passionate about this. How can we have the most powerful hardware on planet Earth that can't run a PS2 game? Seriously. With PS3, I understand the core was a bit... Developing for that was a pain. I understand the PS3's dilemma. I get that. But what I don't understand is that PS1, come on. You can't get a PS1 disc to work on PS5? You have a team of developers, a team of scientists who get all this power out of the PS5, and we can push it to its limit. Lock 60 frames, whatever. But you cannot get... How do I say this? You can do that, but you can't get PS1 working on... You can't get Crash Bandicoot working on the modern consoles. And yet people say, remastered, it's been remastered. I know it's been remastered. I did a video about remasters, and I said the same thing. The Crash Bandicoot remaster was great. I still want to play the original, though. I still want to be able to pop in my PS1 disc into my PS5 and play the original. And that should be given to me if I am spending $750 on a console that, at this point, is a bit lacking in terms of games. But anyways, I'm going off on a bit of a rant, and I'm going to end it here because I'm trying to keep these videos shorter now, because the longer and longer I go, the more ranty I get. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, like, subscribe, drop a comment, notify, and tell me what you like about games. Jump in the comments and let me know how you feel about the modern gaming landscape, because I feel like what good is a pro console if we haven't even got any games? And if it's so powerful, why can't it run like PS1 and PS2? That should be very simple. But anyways, catch you in the next one. Peace out.